Top Flight TV, Mr. Top Flight Films. How's everybody doing today? Listen, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. I'm not gonna be too long. Uh, you see the title, uh, Nightlife in the Black Community and Why Is It So Dangerous? This video is inspired by an event that took place this Saturday in my home state. Uh, 4 people were shot at a local bar. So I decided, you know what? I don't see a lot of people touching on this topic. So I really want to address this issue. Um, for the longest time, I've been kind of avoiding these type of issues and kind of chalking it up to, well, everybody has crime. But we got to keep it real. We got to keep it real. The nightlife in the black community is dangerous. Of course, we got bikers. We got the biker scene. That's dangerous. Maybe some other scenes, but that's not the scene that I coexist in. Every night, every weekend, somebody's getting hurt, getting shot, getting killed at an event, at a club, at a cookout, at a block party, every weekend. And I want to break down the nightlife in the black community. I'm a videographer by trade, right? I'm a videographer. That's what I do for a living. So I'm able to be in these places. And I've been in these places, and I've been a part of the problem. I've been the violent one. Now that I'm older, I'm in a position to sit back and watch and see and peep. Not only am I in the nightlife in the black community, I'm in the nightlife in the white community. So I know the difference. Nobody can tell me, nobody can tell me that I don't have knowledge on this particular topic. Because I'm there. So we're gonna break it down a little bit, man. We're gonna chat, we're gonna talk about it. All the races, all racist comments, in order to be read, you're gonna have to send a super chat. I'm not really dealing with the races today like that. You can send a super chat. I don't want to get into racism. I don't want to get into a lot of stuff that y'all be coming in here talking about. This is strictly about the black community nightlife. You know, you could consider it the urban nightlife or something of that sort. But I'm talking about what we all know to be the nightlife in the black community. Now let's start off with what is the nightlife in the black community? You know, it varies from city to city. Some cities you go to, you know, the club might start late night, early in the morning. You got different clubs, different cities. People do things different. New York might not be the same as Atlanta. Houston might not be the same as LA, but it's all one thing in common. It's dangerous. You understand? Like dangerous. Like when you walk up into these black spots, you don't know if you're gonna make it out. You don't know if you're gonna make it home that night. You understand? I know for me, I don't know if I'm gonna make it home. And I first thing I do is look for the exit. I look for the exit when I walk into these black clubs, man. Where's the exit at? Just because there's a major chance, there's a high probability that somebody's gonna get the shooting in here. You understand? There's absolutely gonna be a fight at some point in the night. Absolutely. There's gonna be somebody fighting. But the probability of somebody getting shot is very high. So when I go into these places, and I don't go by choice, I don't go out anymore. I'm not a partier. I don't drink. I get hired a lot to do videography in these places. So I'm there, and I get to see everything from a perspective of a spectator, and I watch. You understand? I was a DJ as well. So I get to hit this thing from all angles. I'm an expert at this, if you will. And I want to get into the psychology and I want to get into the spirit of why these things go on and why the nightlife in the black community is so dangerous. Now, first of all, it's the alcohol. That's number one. We all know if you go to any bar in the world, it doesn't matter what color bar, there are always disturbances and disruptions, right? And I'm not talking about a disturbance or a disruption. I'm talking about mass murder. But when you go to any bar that they serve alcohol in, there is a high probability that there's going to be a disturbance, a fight, maybe even a brawl. So when we talk about the nightlife in the black community, alcohol is definitely going to be a contributing factor. To break it down from just alcohol, we are going to talk about the alcohol consumption in the black community. Being a DJ, being somebody that used to throw events, I know a lot of us, we going pregame, right? Then we going to have a bottle. It's going to be a bottle in the car. The chicks are going to bring a bottle in their purse, okay? So it's unregulated. It's unregulated alcohol consumption. When you go to a bar, there's a certain protocol. They are supposed to cut you off at a certain point in time. So when Sarah, if you will, she got a fifth in her purse and her and her girlfriends is running over to the bathroom to drink out that fifth unregulated, there's a big chance that Sarah and her homegirls is going to be throwing hands at the end of the night. So we know alcohol plays a major part. Alcohol. Now we're going to take the music. The music. Listen, a lot of people are split on this topic. A lot of people say the music has no influence. A lot of people say it does have influence. I am one of those people. I know for a fact the music is a major influence in violence in the black community. This is what I know for a fact. Do y'all remember back in 2000, 2001, Pastor Troy came out with a song. He came out with a song called No More Player G8. Who remembers that song? I was in Charlotte, North Carolina. I had went down there because I was on the run. And I'm not saying it to be boastful. I'm just saying it to make the story interesting. I'm just telling y'all that to make the story interesting. I was on the run and I went to, I fled to Charlotte, North Carolina. And now while I was out there, I was riding with my cousin and that song came on the radio. And he told me that song is banned. They had to ban that song from the clubs. They couldn't play the song. If you get a chance, go look it up, because the song will make you want to punch somebody in the mouth. It's Pastor Troy, No More Player G8. So now, when you in the club, you got alcohol. The alcohol, you drunk, everybody's drunk. We now ain't gonna talk about the drugs. People popping Molly, of course the weed smoke, right? And now you in the club with nothing but Little Dirk, King Von, etc., etc. Kill, 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 murder, 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 murder. That's all you hearing all night. It is a vibration, okay? It is a spirit in that room, especially a lot of the hole in the walls. You understand? Now, if you take a club like maybe like a Club Live or 11 or something like that, it's a little cleaner. It's a different vibe. But a lot of the hole in the wall clubs where a lot of this violence is taking place, you're going to hear a lot of gangster music. You're going to hear a lot of drill music. You're going to be in there with a lot of people who are hearing this music and they are influenced by this music. Everybody's in the club. The dudes think they're gangsters. When that song comes on, they automatically feel. And I'm guilty. It's sometimes that a song come on, I, I feel. You know what I mean? So they in the, look, I went in the club one time, right? Because I remember there was a point in time where the bad boys and the thugs were a designated group. You had the pretty boys, right? They had the silk outfits on. They was doing a pretty boy thing. Nowadays, you walk in the club, everybody is a gangster. Everybody's a dope boy. Everybody got that look on their face like they're somebody or they'll do something to you. You understand? So the music is such a low vibration vibe that it is a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster when you walk into these black clubs. The mind state is already, I'm fly, I'll kill you. My crew is in the building, we're deep, we got the glicks outside. I wish a nigga would. Nobody wants no problem with me and mine. This is the mind state. And I'm speaking from experience and I'm speaking from analyzing. You dig? I'm not even talking about every single person. We already know this. I'm talking about why the nightlife in the black community is so dangerous. You understand? I'm talking about the psychology. I'm talking about it's a recipe for disaster. So many people get slaughtered in these clubs, outside of these clubs. We go to these clubs and what do at let out time? At let out time, we are parking lot pimping. Do y'all know what parking lot pimping is? That was my favorite thing to do. Sometimes I'll just pull up just the parking lot pimp. We'd go outside. Everybody's back then, they got their car parked out there, right? We waiting to see what we can see. Me and mine, we were really looking for the females. That's what we were doing. But everybody's standing around at 3:30 a.m. It's a recipe for disaster. Everybody is standing around at 3:30 a.m. drunk as hell, high out their mind. Not everybody. Listening to low vibrational music. You have estrogen, you have testosterone. So what we have now is we have alcohol, low vibrational music, estrogen, and testosterone. And the testosterone level is so high and the estrogen level is so high, the girls is on the floor twerking, so their levels are up. They feeling real nasty and freaky. The dudes' testosterone is up because they puffing their chest out. They trying to take something home. They trying to look like somebody. They trying to be somebody. They trying to, yeah. And this is just one bad combination. It's one bad combination. In this crowd, and I'm guilty of this when I was younger, there is always a group of young niggas or older niggas that want some action. They want some action. All right? I used to go to the club. See, I didn't know what I didn't know. When I first was introduced to the club, we used to go to the club. I thought that we were supposed to fight. I I did not know that we go to this club to have a good time, smile, laugh, and dance. Have a couple drinks and go home. I used to go into the club, I used to get shots of 151. I used to go straight to the 151. Because my logic was, I'm not paying all this money for a drink. If I'm gonna pay all this money for a drink, I might as well get something potent. You dig? That was my thinking. I'm 21. I'm just 21. But I didn't have the social skills to be in these places. I just didn't know that this was what it was about. I went in there, I'm throwing up my neighborhood. Only thing I want to do is represent my neighborhood. I want the DJ to say my neighborhood. I'm throwing up my little neighborhood sign. You dig? And people, the opposite people, different neighborhoods are watching. They don't like it. Okay? Somebody's going to test that ass. And normally it ended up in me getting thrown out. You understand? So, all across the country, and nobody talks about this shit. It's like we ignore this shit. It's like we're ashamed to talk about it. We keep pushing this to the side. This is an issue, bro. Where I stay at, about an hour from where I stay, where I do a lot of work at, in Hagerstown, Maryland, it was 4 people shot Saturday night. 4 people were shot senselessly. What the fuck? What the fuck? What reason is it to shoot 4 people? I'm talking about, I think it was some women that got shot too. What reason? What reason is there to shoot women? Unless they trying to shoot you. But what's the point? And again, it goes back to what I said. You're gonna have guns on the premises. If they don't get in the club, they're gonna be in the car. Okay? Now, I want to tell y'all, we're talking about the nightlife in the black community. All right? I'm fortunate enough to do work in the black community and the white community. I just did a show, an event with Austin and Charlie, I think his name is, from, what's that show called? Island. Love Island. I just did an event with them in Morgantown, West Virginia. It was nothing but white folks in there. It was like 2 black folks in there. And it is what it is. I'm gonna just say it with my chest, man. It was nothing but smiles and happy shit going on. They had all the cheesy music playing, Call Me Maybe, Making My Way Downtown. Nobody got shot. Nobody got shot. Now, I do want to be fair. Somebody did get put out. Some crazy white college kids got their ass put out for fighting. But it was very swift. It was over with. The whole crowd didn't run and try to go look and see what was going on. That's another thing in our community. Once the shit pop off, everybody wants to go run and watch. And they end up with a bullet in their ass. Everybody wants to go run and watch the drama, right? And then end up with a bullet in their ass. When the drama kicks off, I go the other way. I've learned to go the other way. You know, back in the day, I would check to see if it was my people. If it's not my people, we out of here. I'm not going to stand around to see what I can see. And now, especially in the day of the cell phone, now everybody wants to run and get the footage. And when that pistol gets drawn, and these weak ass niggas that don't know how to brawl, they don't want to brawl. Listen, the estrogen, the testosterone, I just told y'all about these things. The estrogen, the testosterone. These niggas are front and center in the club. They are full of so much pride, right? It's so many chicks around. All the chicks are around, the ones that they got a crush on are around. And when the opposition comes to confront them, they don't want to brawl. They don't want to get down and dirty, dog. They don't want to get hurt. So they go to the car and get the guns. Because they don't want to lose in front of all these pretty bitches. I'm sorry, pretty women. I'm sorry, forgive me. And that's how people get shot. See, in my day, and this is just me and what we was doing, we'll brawl. I'll get my ass whooped, or I'll whoop some ass. It doesn't matter, win, lose, or draw. We took pleasure in not running. We took pleasure in our war wounds. After the club, after the brawl was over, we laughing, we talking about what happened. It's a big story. And we live to see another day, and we're free. There was particular times where gunplay was at hand. You understand? And when that started to happen, that's when I started to make my exit. You understand? From that lifestyle. So I went to this white club, man. Let me tell y'all, I want to talk to y'all, man. All right, so I'm employed. So I'm not employed, but they hired me as a videographer for the night. So I go to this white club. I have no problems. It's not 100 niggas on stage. Niggas gotta be on stage, dog. You go to these black clubs, man, everybody wants to be on stage. I seen a lot of shit pop off because niggas didn't want to get off the stage. I got a video on my YouTube right now when the artist, the baby, went to Morgantown. It's a video, you can see it. It's called F the Baby. These local jokers were performing. They opened up. It was time for them to exit the stage. They didn't want to go. So my man, the promoter, was telling them, hey, you gotta go, man. Get up off the stage. They didn't want to leave the stage. But, bro, your 15 minutes is over with. It's time to move on. Why are you still here? So they didn't want to leave. So long story short, the dude was talking about F the baby. Fuck the baby. Fuck him. I'm here. We here. They ended up getting off the stage, and the baby's crew tore a hole in both of their asses. It's on my page. You can go check it out. You understand? It's called F the Baby. Go scroll down. It's some years ago. But it seems like at these black clubs, there's like a complex, right? There's some sort of complex that certain dudes have. They feel like they bigger than the program. They don't understand that they messing up $1 million operations. They messing up $1 million operations. Let me tell you, man, when y'all fight in the club, when y'all constantly fight in the club, or y'all shooting in the club, or shooting outside the club, you can shoot a block away from the club, and it's gonna fall back on that club. Because number one, they don't want y'all black ass club there in the first place. They're just waiting for it to something to happen so they can shut it down. Let me tell you something. When you open up a black club, a black business, restaurant, bar, they are waiting for your shit to get shut down. They don't want your shit there in the first place. They don't want you to have a bar. And some of it is for good reason. Some of it is for good reason. Because we know what happens when niggas gather on the late night. And I say niggas, and I mean niggas. I'm not talking about black people. I'm not talking about the black community. I'm talking about niggas. When niggas gather, we already know it's gonna be some shit either sooner or later. You dig? I don't care how much security you got. You could have the biggest, baddest security. The shit always pops off. You dig? So back to what I was saying. When you jokers are in these clubs and you all decide to be tough guys and you want to show everybody that you're not going, and you want to show everybody that your neighborhood is the best, or whatever the case is, do you know when that club gets shut down, you shut their operation down, all these people are unemployed. I've seen it several times. When you get to shooting outside, I'm gonna give y'all an example. It was a club in West Virginia, dope ass club. They were bringing everybody through. Kevin Gates, Wale, Shy Glizzy, Young Ma. They brought everybody out there. Some dumbass decided to go to the club. He was out front and he started shooting. They had some sort of shootout. The police were a block away. They heard the shots, immediately pulled up and locked his dumb ass up. No more club. Club over. The liquor board. I've been in the liquor board. I've been in those liquor board hearings when they say, hey, listen, what the fuck is going on over there? Why is there so much violence? Why is there so much violence? And they've threatened to take. I've been in these clubs. The police stormed in there and snatched the liquor license off the wall. But back to what I'm saying about the financial catastrophe that takes place when this violence occurs. Once the club gets shut down, now you got, depending on the size of the club, now you got security out of a job, you got bartenders out of a job, you got DJs out of a job. You have a club owner that has lost $150,000. Now, the Waffle House down the street where everybody goes to after the club, they're not receiving the money that they used to receive. The gas stations, they're not getting the money that they used to get. It gets very deep, y'all. One little dusty nigga that does not know how to act will mess up $1 million operation. It takes one. It only takes one tough guy, one little tough motherfucker that just gotta show everybody he's that guy. You dig? He don't have $10 in his pocket, but he'll mess up $1 million operation. It's dangerous, y'all. Let me tell y'all. And I love my people. And that's why I'm saying these things. You dig? I'm saying these things because I love my people. When I was a DJ, 8 out of 10 times there was a fight at night. 8 out of 10, easy. 8 out of 10 times. And what do? We automatically cut on the slow jams. Too late. The shit is getting broke up. Everything is getting broke up. It's too late. R. Kelly's playing and people getting socked in the fucking head. You understand? I used to throw events, and somebody got hurt at one of my events. Early on, when I first started, a couple people got hurt at my events. And the guilt that I felt, somebody got put in ICU at one of my events. The guilt that I felt that boy was in ICU, it kept me up at night. So I can imagine some, not all, when the four people that got shot over the weekend at that bar in Hagerstown, essentially, let me tell y'all something. Essentially, that falls on the bar owner. That falls on the event promoter. The black community, now I don't want to say the black community. I want to say people. I'm not going to say the black community. People try to cut corners when it comes to their security. People want to cut corners when it comes to their security. I'm going to get to these comments in a minute. All super chats first. People will cut corners when it comes to security. One thing I learned, I used to do it. I used to cut corners when it came to security. One thing you cannot do is cut corners when it comes to security. You have to have security because shit will go left quick. And when that brawl pops off, you are going to need all hands on deck. You're going to need all. I've been in situations where all control had left the building. There was nobody that could save your ass. Has anybody been in a brawl in the building where nobody can save your ass? Security's getting beat up. Security's getting that ass whooped. Have y'all been in them situations? I've sat and I've watched security get their ass whooped. Nobody can help nobody. The villains have took over the building. You dig? It's a shame, man. Um, the urban nightlife is dangerous. The urban nightlife is dangerous, dog. I wouldn't take my girl. I'm not taking my girl to no goddamn black events like that. No, not no fucking no urban events. I'm not taking her. Fuck no. Hell no. Cause I'm gonna have to take my gun. You dig? And not because I won't throw hands. I will throw hands. But just in case shit gets too crazy. You dig? Um, People had to be smarter, man. People always want a show. They always want to go and see the show. Once the drama pops off, the women be standing around. It's let's be real. A lot of times it's the women standing around. They want to go see what's going on. They want to go and see who's fighting. It's like a high school mentality. You understand? It's real nasty work, man. Smart people go the other way. I'm gonna go ahead and go the other way, man. You see what I'm saying? Because I know at any moment those shots can be fired. I've seen little girls. I've been at the go-go where young girls, they got holes in their legs, bullet holes in their legs, and they on the ground screaming. You dig? How many black clubs get shut down on a weekly basis? How many black clubs get shut down on a weekly basis? And I want to ask y'all, I want y'all to stop and think. In your area alone, y'all know of at least 3 clubs that have been shut down within the past 3 years. Gone. Niggas can't keep a club, man. You dig? I would not invest $1 into a black club. It was my dream at one point to have a urban club. You dig? It was one of my dreams to own a club and play our music, real lit time. I wouldn't invest $1 at this point. It's a bad investment. It is a bad investment. It's gonna get shot up. Somebody's gonna get shot outside or around the corner. You can bet your ass on it. You can literally bet your ass on it. When I did the job at that white club, let me show y'all the difference, man. It's about being professional. I had the contact. The contact called me. She said, "Hey, Flight, can you come in and video for this event?" Sure. Boom. We went over everything. Cool. Boom. I get to the club. Call me when you're outside. Boom. I call them when I'm outside. They got me in. Boom. This is what we need. Cool. They gave me everything I needed. Everything was furnished. No problem. Go in there. Everybody's happy as a motherfucker. Nobody's mean mugging on the wall. Nobody's trying to be gangsters. It's just a bunch of people in there having a goddamn ball. I was digging that shit. I'm jamming to all the white songs. The lighting was great. It was great lighting in there. The lighting was superb. It wasn't a dark hole in the wall. You dig? Low vibrational. People bumping into you. Just a bunch of moissanite everywhere. Bunch of fake jewelry everywhere. Let me tell y'all, man. I went into that white club. It wasn't a piece of fake jewelry in sight. You go into these black clubs, dog, it's a bunch of fake ass moissanite chains. You dig? Everybody trying to look like they a drug dealer. Everybody's trying to look like they got fucking kilos in the car. You dig? Everybody's trying to look like they smoke your ass. Okay? C-Mac, what it do, homie? But I had a great time, and it was great vibes. You dig? I was not in fear for my life. I didn't feel like I need to look at the exit and see where the exit was just in case some shots ring off. I didn't feel like that. It was just good vibes, man. So, at some point, man, we gotta look at ourselves, man. You know what I mean? Ignoring this shit ain't gonna make it no better. Ignoring this shit is not gonna help. Let me get to these comments, man. Y'all give me some good comments, dog. Some intelligent comments. I don't want to see no racists in here. All racist guys send a super chat. If you want me to read your racist ass comments, you guys send a super chat. Because the racists, they be in my chat heavy. Gorgeous real. Shout out to you, sweetheart. Appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for a player, man. Can we get the like button? Can we get the like button, man? Y'all subscribe to the channel if y'all like the content. Over here, we talk about a lot of different topics. We talk about racism. We talk about hip hop. We talk about the entertainment industry. We talk about a variety of topics. We're gonna let the racism chill for a little bit. I'm tired of talking about this shit, but we'll get back to it. Um, Slick said, partying isn't played out. Everything is expensive, so nobody parties anymore like how it was. Yeah, let me tell you, man, the club game is different. Back when I was clubbing, it wasn't a whole bunch of VIP sections. You go into a club now, if you don't pay that $600 to $1,200 for a VIP section, you just feel like a peasant. You just on the floor like you ain't shit. Meanwhile, all around you is tables, and all these niggas is looking at you like they got their bottle in their hand. They just looking at you like peasant. You ain't shit. You ain't got no section, and it's just uncomfortable. It's just not fun, bro. It's not fun. Nelson Charles says nobody dance no more. It is not a lot of dancing, bro. I know where I'm at. A lot of the hole in the walls, they still do dance. Um, but even with the hole in the walls, a lot of people want to go outside and smoke weed. It's nasty work, bro. Really, a lot of people, they just keep going back and forth outside trying to smoke weed and shit. You dig? David W. You can go, Holmes. You put you in timeout for 24 hours. Yeah. How you like that? How you like that? Salute to Kamal. Shout out to you, homie. Juan Avila. Respect from AZ. Respect to you, homie. Yeah. I wanted to get on here and talk about that topic, man. I'm gonna come back and do more. I might put together a compilation because I'm in these places. I gotta be there all weekend. I got a bunch of shows booked with a bunch of different people that I gotta go film for. Um, I'm not looking forward to it. I'm gonna just keep it real. I'm grateful for the opportunity to have this work, but after going to that white club, dog, I'm not looking forward to going back to this shit. I'm just not, bro. I swear. Slick said we have people dancing in the front of a phone instead of friends at the club or a house party. Make it make sense. Yeah. Even when they in the club, the ladies are like dancing with each other. They dancing with each other with a phone in their face. It's weird shit, man. Kamal said these young guys are cut different, and I personally think they love men and hate women. Wotan says sometimes it's impossible to mind one's own business when danger is everywhere. Well, see, the thing is, man, you can sense the danger. Listen, I can feel it in my bones when the shit is about to go down. I can feel it before I see it or hear it. Cause I'm always watching. I know what's going on. I know who is who. I know who's looking kind of tense. I know who's plotting and huddling up. I can see what's going on. You dig? I'm behind the lens, so I get to see everything. Stephen Booth said, yeah, VIP is overrated. It's just a money thing. You don't get those at white clubs. Hey, yo, y'all hit the like button for me, man. And make sure you subscribe to the channel. Um, Andy S said, I drink in the crib. No need for me to be outside. Slick said, women and a hoe are different. Yeah, they are. It's different. Slick said, in Miami, there's no such thing as women in rich areas. Only a hoe that stepped over someone's kindness. Shout out to you, Kamal. Appreciate that, homie. M. Lawrence says, why go to the club when you pass 35 years old anyway? That's another whole nother topic. Again, like I said, for me personally, I'm a videographer. That's why I'm speaking from this perspective. That's the only time I'm in the club. Um, when I go into these places, man, I be seeing niggas 35, 40, 45, 50. That listen, unless it's a nice club, you know what I'm saying, like a Live or something extravagant, I can see that, I can understand that. But these little hole in the walls where it's a bunch of 18 to 30-year-olds, I pray I never lose my family and end up back in these places looking like these old niggas. That's not the way I want to live. You dig? Now 45 and up, they need to go to where the 45 and up people go. You dig? Ain't nothing wrong with enjoying your life and living your life, but for me, I don't want to be in a club at 50 years old. Look, I'm not knocking nobody. I'm just saying for me, I don't want to be in a club at 50 years old. I'm gonna probably come back and do a part 2 to this topic. Um, Very good topic, very much needed conversation that needs to be had. Corey B said, you never want to be the old man in the club. No, you don't. It's nasty work because them young girls is talking about you. Best believe they talk about you because most of the time they done watched you when they was growing up. They saw you. You a friend of their father or their mother, and they know your old creepy ass. Kamal said, I'm a 37-year-old veteran of the entertainment industry. Well, Kamal, you know what it is then. You know the danger. You know the dangers of what goes on in the urban hip hop community, however you want to label it. I just said the nightlife in the black community, because that's just what the fuck it is. You understand? XETX says, not unless you own the club. There you go. That's what I don't, that's cool. Andy S says, I'm in Philly. You know the spots you supposed to be in. They supposed to be at a juke joint. You better take your ass to the juke joint. Shrapnel Burns said, I stopped going to the club at 28. Too much drama. Exotic of Las Vegas says, is that a tank of tobacco? Yeah, it's a tank of tobacco. What do you do, Exotic of Las Vegas? Is that a strip club? Headline with a voice. Shout out to you. She says, or headline with a voice. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. Says, especially when they know that you are married. Yeah. Slick said, a club where no phones are allowed, but security is strapped. Man, listen, it's a sad, look, it is so sad when you gotta go to the club and security got AKs and fucking assault rifles and masks on. A lot of clubs I go to now, though, I've been to, like Euphoria in Baltimore, uh, DC or K Street back in the day. Dog, it was police, it was security, armed security with full assault rifles. That's how dangerous this shit is, bro. Let me tell y'all, man, nobody can tell me, because it's going to be some brothers and sisters like, hey, well, everybody has crime. Everybody has a messed up culture. Yeah, I agree. But You don't go in no white clubs and there's security with assault rifles. Just just for people partying. They gotta have assault rifles. You dig? Observer Melanin said, let's talk about the elephant in the room. These BMs don't have 10K saved. Man. Hey, bro. Hey, Observer. I go into these spots and I peep everything. And I see the chicks that got it, right? Very few of them. And then I see the chicks that's trying to get niggas to buy them drinks. And then I see them on social media struggling, talking about they ain't got supplies or stuff for their kids for school. Yeah, man, save 10K, then go celebrate. What the fuck are you celebrating? And I get it, man. Look, I'm a very empathetic person. I understand. You a single mother. You been with the kids all week. You got 3 kids. You been with them all week. They been driving you crazy. You want to go out and live your life. Potentially meet a baby father or stepdad. I get it, man. I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking. But every weekend, you're a permanent fixture in these places. Some of them are permanent residents in these places. West Coast says, as a black man, I see my own people hating on the next and each other at the same damn time. Our culture needs to change. We need Christ, not more new gangs and ways to harm each other. Man, let me tell you, we need more than Christ, bro. I'm gonna keep it real, and a lot of people not gonna like this. We need a new religion. I believe I believe that religion is one of the reasons why we are the way we are. A lot of people might not like what I got to say about that, but I believe Christianity is one of the reasons why you see what you see in the black community. A lot of mothers, a lot of these single mothers, they are in a relationship with Jesus, right? They're in a relationship with Jesus. A lot of brothers think that Jesus is going to save them. It don't matter what they do. They don't have to work. They can smoke and drink and chill and relax. But one day, God got me. That's what we say all the time. God got me. And the reality is, for me, for this black man, the day I looked in the mirror and said, nobody's coming to save me, was the day that my life changed. That was the day I started getting to it. You dig? The day I looked in the mirror and said, the power is within me. I didn't look to the sky. And I respect everybody's religion. Shout out to everybody that's religious. If it's making you a better person, cool. But Christianity has held us back psychologically. We need to find a new religion, y'all. Or we need to, if you're a Christian, you need to utilize Christianity the way it should be utilized. Christianity is to keep you childlike. You understand? This is in the scripture. You were supposed to be childlike. We gotta be grown and women and men like. And shout out to everybody, man. I'm just keeping it real today, man. We're gonna keep it real today. You dig? Uh, we gotta find something better, man. You know what I'm saying? Mozzie, shout out to you. Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. That's what's up. Captain Blackbird said, you are not a prophet. Who the F is you? Okay, I'm just saying. Look. Listen, the truth will set you free, but first it's gonna piss you off. Okay? All right, West Coast, look. Listen, I told y'all wasn't gonna like that. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm just giving my experience. I'm giving my testimony. Look around you, nigga. Everybody, all the Christians you know, a lot of them struggling, right? A lot of them praying and waiting for a miracle. I'm just saying, man. Yeah, they turn on me quick. Hey, Louis Vasquez, they turn on me quick. See, you can't even have an opinion in 2025. Let me tell you, all the so-called Christians I know, most of them, they live in a fantasy world, man. It's a fantasy. You know what I'm saying? It's some fantasy shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. Forgive me. I gotta live in. Let me tell you something, man. Life is so hard. 2025 is different from 1980. 2025 is different from 1960. 2025 is different from 1780. That shit used to work back then to get people through, but nowadays reality is the new spirituality. For me, I'm speaking for myself. I have to live in full reality out here. I cannot be waiting for a man in the sky to pay these fucking bills. I cannot be waiting for anybody to do anything for me. I praise the Most High, okay? I praise the Most High. I don't know who the Most High is. I don't know what gender the Most High is. I don't know. There are books and religions that have their version of the Most High. And I respect those religions and those people. But for me, I don't claim to know who or what the Most High is. I don't believe anybody who says they know who the Most High is, because the Most High is so awesome and so big and so great that no man can fucking tell me what it is, how we got here. You dig? Um, Heaven and hell. This is what I found. This is what I found. And y'all, nobody has to subscribe to this. I'm not trying to change somebody's mind. What I found is heaven and hell is a state of mind. It's a state of being. You understand? I've been in hell here on earth. Or I've been in my own personal hell. And the day that I realized that I can have heaven on earth and I wasn't waiting to die to go get heaven, that's when I started to work towards creating my own heaven on earth. And I've created that. You understand? Listen, I know a lot of y'all will not take this in because you're indoctrinated. You're indoctrinated, and I understand. I got it. No problem. And I'm not trying to bang on you or your religion. I'm just telling you my own experience, what worked for me. You understand? This is what worked for me, though. This is what's working for me. You understand? Ivan Curry said, "Low cabbie, you slow." I'm talking about the rapper. Oh, never mind. Candy Sig Addict said, "Christians forgot their role, gardeners of what the Lord created. They will not humble themselves before him because Christians believe they are him, like fools." Mozzie said, "There's nothing wrong with that. That's true, but you can't base your faith on others. That faith comes from within yourself, your relationship with your Heavenly Father." Listen, man, we know people in our lives that are not moving the way they should be moving. They're not motivated. They're stuck. And they are praying and they are believing that one day everything is going to be all right. One day everything is going to be. I was that guy. When shit got hard, man, I had my son. Right? And the reason why I left religion alone is because of Trayvon Martin. And I know it sounds kind of crazy. I dropped religion because of Trayvon Martin, right? I considered myself a Christian. I didn't do a lot of church. I went to church every now and then. My mother, she is a super Christian. She goes to church on Sundays. She don't go like every day all week. But when Trayvon Martin got killed, and I told this story many times, when Trayvon Martin got killed, I'm arguing with people that are telling me he deserved to get killed. Therefore, that made me really question a lot of things. Like, why would somebody let this man, George Zimmerman, walk? This is a true story. This is why I left religion. I got so enraged at that Trayvon Martin case that I started digging and doing research. I'm like, why would a God allow this man to leave this earth and then allow Zimmerman to walk? So I started digging and started doing research, and I came up on Ray Hagins. And then once I came up on Ray Hagins was an ex-pastor, ex-bishop. You understand? Shout out for the super chat, headlines with a voice. She says, if whatever you believe in has not worked thus far and you are still broke, busted, and disgusted, I submit you have a problem with what you believe in. Absolutely. But I came into Ray Hagins' knowledge, and he would break down the Bible, and he would break down the religion. And then I just went deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And I realized how the shit came about. And I realized how many religions are out there. And I realized how new Christianity was. It's like a new religion. It's like one of the newest religions. And then I realized how long we've been on this earth. You understand? And I'm not trying to debunk this religion or nothing, because it's not my job. It's a belief system. There's nothing wrong with your belief system. You understand? As long as we acknowledge that it's a belief system. Listen, I go to Narcotics Anonymous, right? I've been clean for 21 years. And in Narcotics Anonymous, I still go. I'm still a member of Narcotics Anonymous. In Narcotics Anonymous, it's a belief system. We believe. I go to this program, I go to these meetings, I live a certain way, and I believe if I do these things, then I'll achieve a life of abstinence from drugs. That's my belief system. I cannot run around and tell other people, and sometimes I do and sometimes I did, but I'm wrong for that. I cannot walk up to a drug addict and say, the way for you is Narcotics Anonymous. You have to come to NA. This is the only way. Now, do I believe that it's the way? Yeah, I believe that's the way. You understand? But it's a belief system. That's what it is. It's a belief system, man. And as long as somebody acknowledges that it's a belief system, I'm cool with that. But don't tell me I'm going to hell, cause I don't take the word of Christ. Don't tell me I'm going to hell, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm gonna have to really destroy your belief system. You know what I mean? Corner Store Television says, greeting from OMD 300, aka Doc Savage, the man of bronze, host and creator of Corner Store Television. Shout out to you, homie. Mozzie said, in theory, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, that's not 100% true what you're saying. Play, sincerely reach out to your Heavenly Father. Okay, you supposed to debunk what I said, bro. Like, you supposed to tell me what I said that was wrong. Andy S says, Dead Sea Scrolls. Brother, Bible has been stepped on so bad. I don't even want to bang on the Bible, but my man just said it. It's too much, bro. Like, you got, look, let me tell you something. The people that tell you, no, it's real, are the people that haven't done any investigation to the contrary. They haven't studied both sides. They haven't looked at both sides. You know what I'm saying? I've looked at both sides. And I'm not knocking that shit, man. Look, I believe in the Most High. I don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't try to act like I do. Fiji Water says, yeah, no one has the right to say that they're not God. They don't decide who goes there or not. Yeah, I agree with that. It's a lot of Christians in here. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm glad y'all believe. I'm glad y'all good people and y'all have a belief system. That's what's up. I'm not mad at you. I'm just saying, for me, man, shit is real out here. Shit is so real out here, man. And I need to be in touch with reality. I can't be in touch with reality if I think that if I'm believing in fairy tales. You know what I'm saying? About that life says everybody want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Absolutely, nobody wants to die. Everybody that believes in heaven, they not ready to go. Kamal said, application of knowledge makes us wise. Seek wisdom. Louis Vasquez says a bunch of important lessons copied from other cultures. Yep. For sure, 824 said, ain't nothing more real than God's word. Okay, man, look, I know a lot of y'all mad. I get it. I don't know how we got over here. I don't know how we got to this topic. I did not want to go here today, y'all. We talk about the nightlife. I did not want to go here. But anyway, we had a great discussion, man. Listen, do me a favor, man. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content. And hit the like button for me, man. I will be back probably tomorrow. I might come back tomorrow or Wednesday. You know how we do, man. I got some videos to edit. About to take me a walk. I just left the gym earlier. About to get my fitness on. So you got to move. You got to do you. Nobody's gonna keep you healthy. You gotta pull out the power within you, and you gotta move. You gotta move your fucking feet out here. You want some money? You need to move your feet. You want some health and fitness? Move your feet. Nobody gonna do this shit for you, man. You dig? I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here.